Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am here to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So as always, I'm gonna jump right in. So what I've been doing is like when I pull fragrances for videos, I will leave out the ones that I really want to wear before I put them away. So a lot of what you guys are seeing in these videos is like fragrances that I've just talked about in other videos, but that I haven't worn in a long time. So they become my fragrances of the week. So the first one is gonna be Guerlain Insolence. So I just pulled this one out for a reformulated perfumes that are still worth buying video. I love this. This is such a beautiful, candied, slightly powdery violet perfume. To me, it's like really old fashioned smelling. The idea of this perfume takes me back to like, I don't know, the 1800s, the Victorian era. It smells so good, just like candied violets. This thing is absolutely nuclear. You spray it on one time in the morning and you are good. You will smell like this until you wash it off, until you take a shower and wash it off. This lasted for, the entire day I wore it, all through the night, all the way until I washed it off the next day. I'm sure if I went back and smelled the pajamas that I wore that night, they would smell like this. It's a nuclear fragrance. I absolutely love it. It's stunning. There are other fragrances on the market that do smell like this, but there's nothing, like none of them can really do it the way that Insolence does. Insolence is just, it's such a special fragrance. I love it. Very sweet, very, very sweet violet. I adore it. So that is Guerlain Insolence. Next, we've got another Guerlain. This is Guerlain Shalimar. This is the EDT formulation. I absolutely love this fragrance. We've been having unseasonably warm weather recently though, and it was a little bit warm the day that I wore this, and the heat completely eats this up. I'm used to Shalimar being an absolute monster of a fragrance. You spray it on one time, you're good. It lasts forever. It's kind of a powerhouse, even the EDT formulation, but it didn't stand up well to the heat the day that I wore it. I think I got maybe 4 or 5 hours out of it or so. I could still smell it on me. It was like a skin scent after about 4 or 5 hours, but after about 6 hours, it was completely gone. Like I couldn't even smell it anymore, which I've never had that happen with any Shalimar fragrance that I have. Even like my light ones like Eau de Shalimar or Shalimar Cologne, even those ones last forever. Those are made for the heat though, so those ones like actually really hold up well in the heat. This one did not though, but it was completely fine. I wasn't like upset about it or anything. I still love it. It just, wow. It went up against the heat and the heat won, which is crazy. So anyways, that is Guerlain Shalimar, the EDT formulation. Next, I wore this guy. This is Burberry Brit. This is the original formulation, so this has been reformulated and this is the original. This is a beautiful pear and almond scent. This is a beast of a fragrance as well. This will last until you wash it off. I sprayed this on once in the morning and I smelled like this the entire day. I never had to think about spraying on another perfume at all that day. It just lasts forever. However, there's something about this, I'm sure it's my skin chemistry, something has changed with me. This used to smell amazing on me, and the last couple times that I've worn it, it's not smelling amazing on me anymore at all. In fact, it's smelling weird. It's just smelling weird. I don't know how to really explain the way that it's smelling, but something about the pear and almond combination on my skin, there's something about it that's just really, really smelling off. And it never used to be like that. And it's not the perfume, it's definitely my skin, because the perfume smells amazing. It's not going off, not even close. It still smells fresh and beautiful and perfect. It's something about my skin chemistry that is not doing well. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it because it is the original formulation and I don't wanna let it go, but I also don't want to keep a fragrance in my collection that I will never reach for again because I know it stinks on me. So we'll see. I'll hang on to it for a little bit longer. Maybe I'll give it one more wear. Maybe when it starts to get warm out, but it was warm out. That's the thing. It was warm out the day that I wore this. It was like maybe up to close to 80. Maybe I'll try it in cold weather because it's gonna get cold again this coming week. It's supposed to start getting chilly again. So maybe I'll try it again just to see if it still smells weird on me. And if it does, then I'll have to sadly let it go, which I don't want to because it's the original formulation. I don't want to, but I'm very realistic about not keeping things that I'm not gonna wear. So anyways, that is Burberry Brit. That is the EDP formulation as well. Oh my gosh, this next one, this is such a gem in my collection. I adore this perfume. I forget how much I love it until I pull it out and wear it. This is Rochas Tocade. This is an amazing vanilla fragrance. It's like an 80s/90s smelling vanilla. It's a vintagey vanilla. It's amazing. It's very cozy smelling, it's warm, it's sweet, it's so good, and it's nuclear on me. This is a reformulated version too. I think this formulation came out in 2018, so it's a very recent reformulation, and it's so good. I've never smelled the original formulation of this perfume, so I don't know how much of a departure this one is from the original. All I know is that this one is nuclear on me. I can spray this on and I will smell like this until I wash it off. It is a powerhouse. It is so long lasting and I love it so much. It's this beautiful, again, kind of sweet, fuzzy, cozy, vintagey smelling vanilla. It's so good. So good. It's such a gem. I think I paid maybe $18 for this, and it smells and performs better than some of my really expensive perfumes. It's so good. It's such a gem. So anyways, that is Rochas Tocade. And then I did wear a couple of my samples from my Smelly Mail last week, and I also wore my Scentbird. So the Scentbird scent that I got this month is from Memo, and this is Sintra. This is why I like Scentbird, because to get an 8 ml decant of a Memo fragrance, you're probably gonna be paying upwards of $30 or $40 from a decant website. You can get good niche, expensive niche fragrances from Scentbird they have raised their prices. It used to be $14.95, I think it's $16.95 now, which super sucks. But even still, for $16.95, you can get an 8 ml decant of some like really expensive niche fragrances. Do I think Scentbird's worth it if you are getting designer stuff? Like, you know, you can even get like English laundry fragrances from Scentbird. Do I think it's worth getting those types of fragrances? Absolutely not. If you're gonna sign up for Scentbird, make sure you're taking advantage of the niche fragrances like Memo, like Amouage, fragrances like that you're gonna pay, that you know to get them from a decant website is gonna be way, way more expensive. That's what I use Scentbird for. But anyways, so this one is called Sintra. This is basically Guerlain Love Don't Be Shy. This is an orange blossom and marshmallow scent. You know, it's okay. I don't love Guerlain Love Don't Be Shy. I think this is a way, way better version of Love Don't Be Shy. I think it smells much more high quality. This is a way longer lasting version. This thing is an absolute beast. This will stay on until you wash it off. Incredibly long lasting. This one was on me anyways. So yeah, that is Memo Sintra. It is, again, just like Guerlain Love Don't Be Shy. Which isn't my favorite, but this one, I think this is a good version of it. Okay, and then I wore two different samples. The first one that I wore is this one here called Baruti Chai. This is a beautiful chai fragrance. It's warm, chai spices, it's a little bit nutty, it's a little bit sweet, it's tea, it's like a tea fragrance. I sprayed this one on. I actually wore this as a bedtime fragrance because it's so cozy, and who doesn't want to smell like chai at night? But yeah, I did spray on most of my sample. I've got a little tiny bit left in here. I've got another vial though, so that's good. If I could probably get 3 uses out of it. I'll do the same thing with the other vial, and then I'll use what's left over in both of them for another wear, and then that'll be it for those. But yeah, Baruti Chai, it's really beautiful. It's a really nice niche chai fragrance. It performed really, really well for me. I could still smell it when I woke up the next morning. And yeah, it was I'm sure my pajamas that I wore that night still smell like this. Really, really beautiful niche chai scent. So that one is called Baruti Chai. And then the last one I wore is this one here. This is Naomi Goodsir Iris Cendre. This one I only used about half the vial because I definitely didn't feel like I needed to overspray this one. It's pretty strong for being an iris fragrance. This I think has got some leather in it. I was definitely getting like a leather or suede note once I sprayed it on my skin. I didn't get that when I sprayed it on paper the first time I smelled it, but when I sprayed it on me, I definitely got this overwhelming like leather scent, but it wasn't, I usually am not a huge fan of leather, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't, I don't know, I kind of enjoyed it. It was this really beautiful, warm, kind of fuzzy, relaxing, smooth leather and iris. And it's kind of a heavy iris scent, which I also have been really enjoying, these really heavy iris scents. And yeah, this one was also an absolute beast. I also wore this as a bedtime fragrance, and I could also still smell this when I woke up the next morning. And again, if I went back and got my pajamas that I was wearing that night, I'm sure that they would still smell like this. Really, really beautiful iris fragrance, like heavy, leathery iris fragrance. So that one is called Naomi Goodsir, and that is Iris Cendre. So anyways, guys, that is going to be it for all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.